I'm Desmond Joseph, your presenter for today. Among the major developments, Liat's new aircraft makes initial flight to Dominica. St. Kitts and Nevis PM claims parliamentary majority. Kevin Rudd overthrows Australia Prime Minister Julia Gillard. And in sports, Darren Sammy signs 2-year deal with Digicel. Details of these will follow.
Me say we just get the remedy for the pagan them. Me just get the remedy for bad mind and jealousy. Who want to see me dead? Me just get the remedy. Suck TV, Jam me say. You don't know a Javinci you watching Suck TV. Lord, is it straight triple dose.
Welcome back. On Tuesday, June 25th, FedLab Board held a health discussion where individuals from various organizations made an appearance and shared their opinions on the importance of maintaining a good health. President of the Dominica Cancer Society, as well as a cancer survivor, Ms. Kathleen Cornelius, said the society seeks to provide services to those who have been diagnosed with cancer.
From recent surveys conducted by the Ministry of Health, there has been a steady increase in every type of cancer. If you had the service on Sunday gone, you would have gotten some of the statistics. I'm going to see those I can recall. Between 2006 and 2010, we had 95 cases of breast cancer. We had 96 cases of cervical cancer, 22 cases of colon cancer, 32 cases of throat and mouth cancer.
Dr. Christian urges the public to eat more natural and wholesome foods rather than processed foods. In bigger countries, for example, the heart of New York City, it is hard to locate natural foods, he stated.
And there are fruit stands that make what we have in the Rosa Market look like a joke, because it's just also highly laid out and organized, and you can go at 3 o'clock in the morning and buy fresh fruit in the heart of Manhattan. But at the same time, for the masses of people, it's hard for them because of the distance that it is for them, especially in the ghetto areas and the underprivileged areas, to get to fresh fruits. In Dominica, it's not as hard because if we make a little bit of effort, the fresh fruit is there.
Dr. Christian noted that there are several foods children favor. However, we as adults need to impose some sort of disciplinary act. Healthy eating starts with learning new ways to eat, including adding more fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and cutting back on foods that have a lot of fat, salt, and sugar.
All parents have a hard time, getting kids to eat their vegetables. I remember when President Bush, not the younger one, the first one, who I call Papa Bush, became president, he made a joke by saying that, when he was a kid, his mother always wanted him to eat spinach, but now that he's president, nobody's going to tell him what to eat. But the thing about it is, I think that is where it all begins with our nutrition. I believe that the average person should be taking some sort of nutritional supplement because it just gives you a little bit extra guarantee.
In other news, during a routine patrol by an inspector of the Pesticide Control Board on Tuesday, June 25th, a number of local businesses were observed to have been selling products for rodent extermination without a license. For a product to be sold legally to the public, it must be registered for use in Dominica with English labeling. Some of the products did not meet that criteria. The inspector who carried out the patrol stated, "The law of Dominica requires that all persons selling such products must be the valid owner of an import license to import these products into Dominica. Many businesses located in Roseau did not meet the requirements, and as such, the products had to be removed from their shelves." He noted such routine patrols are necessary as in the event, God forbid, if a child accidentally swallows one of these products, there is no way that the antidote for that product will be available to treat that child, which may possibly result in their death. When I do such patrols, those found in breach of the law would receive a full explanation from me why the products had to be removed, as educating the public is very important. If the business owners do not have the license to import these products, the customs officers should ensure they do not leave the port, but there is also the need for further collaboration between the Pesticide Control Board and customs officers, he explained. Some of the products removed from the shelves of various stores were entirely in Chinese packaging. So what we need to do is engage the Chinese ambassador so they can educate the Chinese operated business owners in Dominica of the requirements as it relates to the importation of products such as pesticides, the inspector went on to say. We now go to Larry for a report.
Over here.
One of Liat's new planes, the ATR 72-600, made its inaugural flight to Dominica, where it landed at the Melville Airport just after 8 a.m. on Wednesday, June 26. CEO of Liat, Mr. Gene Holder, says this new fleet of airplanes will end the suffering of Liat's customers.
Dr. Holder, the chairman of Liat, added, Liat has a special mission of joining what others have put asunder. And without Liat, the concept of a community of Caribbean countries makes no sense. Liat has spent US $100 million on this remarkable venture for the fleet of 12 new ATR 72-600 aircrafts in order to provide a very essential service to the Caribbean.
It takes a great deal of courage to do. And we welcome on board the government of Dominica, where the Prime Minister has had the courage to face the criticisms about investing in what is an essential and a critical service. We have begun this journey. We believe that we have a long way to go, but I believe that this is a historic day in the life of the Caribbean, a historic day certainly in the life of Dominica, and I want to thank all those who have made it possible. I want to especially thank, as I said, the shareholder governments that have invested in this venture. I want to thank the staff at Liat, both headquarters and in the various countries.
We will help make Dominica one of the major tourism destinations of the Caribbean, added Dr. Holder. Chief Executive Officer of the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, Mr. Benoit Badul, stated he welcomes this new airplane as they work to increase Dominica's tourism figure to 90,000 visitors by 2015, and this new Liat fleet of aircrafts will attract more tourists to Dominica.
As you would know, tourism is a major revenue earner in Dominica and brings about $300 million a year into the economy. And so any avenue, any aspect that would increase that propensity for us would certainly help the people of Dominica. We also want to say that we want to be thankful to Liat for allowing us to become shareholders, because in this critical period where we had to make a tough decision, one can see already the fruits that are coming out of that decision, in that we are able to have increased flights to Dominica. We have direct connections from Puerto Rico. We also have direct connections to St. Martin and from St. Martin.
Mr. Badwell hopes more people will support the airline while praising the government for the night landing capability. This will aid in the after-sunset flights where passengers were previously stranded. Chief Executive Officer of Liat, Mr. Ian Brunton, explained, with the help of all stakeholders, the airline will soar to higher heights. These new aircrafts, he claimed, are economical, which will benefit the company in the long run.
There are a lot of naysayers. The naysayers
even inside the company, what we have to do is try and get them to share the vision, to believe, to have the confidence that with your help, with the help of our partners, all our stakeholders, Liat will soar and become the kind of service industry to this part of the world, the bridge, as the chairman mentioned, for this part of the world, because without tourism, without that bridge connecting the islands would suffer and would not be able to achieve its goals and have the income that it needs. Liat is here for you. The one thing I would say that about this airplane, when I compare it to when I used to cross the Atlantic in another type of airplane, what we used to taxi and take off in terms of fuel, this aircraft used for the entire crossing when we came over on last weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So that in every way it's a very economical aircraft. It sips fuel. The experience on board is second to none. For the 24 hours of flight time that we flew coming across, I never thought I was in a turboprop airplane, or propeller airplane as people call it.
We need the internal customers to build, not to bash the airline. So all stakeholders will soar along with the airline as we continue to give the product and performance you the customers deserve, Mr. Brunton noted. I am certain as the airline thrives, Dominica and all other stakeholders will thrive. So let's work together in supporting Liat, the Caribbean's airline, he went on to say. Some of the features of these aircrafts are thinner yet comfortable leather seats, improved legroom for passengers, more spacious overhead storage bins, window shutters to block out the sunlight, and room for 68 passengers. This is Larry Larrock reporting for SAT TV News.
Thank you for that report. In other stories, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, in a press conference held on Tuesday, June 25th, announced that the Ajaz Process Developments has promised to finance the construction of a 15-megawatt plant in Dominica. According to Mr. Skerrit, the AFD is certainly equipped to finance the construction of the 15-megawatt plant in Dominica, following a formal financial request by the government of Dominica. We have been working on this project for the past several years and have made tremendous progress in our quest towards taking advantage of renewable energy, he stated.
As I have said publicly on several occasions, the cost of electricity in Dominica is too high. And when each one of us looks at our light bills, it is very difficult for people to survive having other expenses with the high cost of electricity bills in Dominica. I'm talking about domestic consumption and also in the private sector. You have situations where in the hotel, for example, where you must have your air conditioning units on every day. There's a high consumption of energy at those establishments. It is going to pose an additional challenge for these properties to really realize the kind of profits that they would. Now, in large measure, the reason why the electricity is so high in Dominica is because of importation.
This 15-megawatt plant is expected to reduce the cost of electricity in Dominica. The overall aim is to provide 50 megawatts to Martinique and to Guadeloupe. This initiative is expected to decrease the reliance of fossil energies. The French government will purchase energy from Dominica and will play a critical role in the construction, management, and financing of the bigger plant.
So they will purchase energy from Dominica. The French want to play a very critical role in the construction, the management, and the financing of the bigger plant. and that there are French companies who are in discussions with the French government about their involvement in this bigger plant, this 120 megawatt plant in Dominica. And EDF, the French government has indicated that EDF will certainly be buying the energy from Dominica once we are at that particular stage. And so we're looking forward to continue engaging the discussions. And the additional thing, the AFD has agreed to provide us with technical assistance by way of paying for legal experts to further review the geothermal bill.
It is predicted that by 2014, the construction of the small plant will commence with technical assistance from Agence Française Development from a period of 5 years. To date, the Dominican government has invested in excess of $33 million in the investigative and introductory phases of the geothermal project.
And AFD has indicated that they're prepared to assist with training and providing resources to train our Dominican people at a first degree level or master's degree and even PhD level to create this critical mass within the country to properly manage and develop the geothermal resource in our country. What I would like to see in Dominica too is for us to continue to provide support for the geothermal project.
In other stories, the Ararak House of Culture was filled with celebrations as 58 students of the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School graduated on Tuesday, June 25th. Ms. Daislyn Vidal received the Valedictorian Award, and both Ms. Vidal and Luan Gabriel copped the Students of the Year Award. This year, 9 students graduated with merits, and 1 student, Ms. Rena Bruno, received a distinction. Principal of ITSS, Mr. Jerome Badwell, in his speech stated that working together is success.
By working together with common goals, we achieved progress, and yes, undeniably, we have been successful. The institution most definitely has realized its objective as expressed through the motto, "Learning today for a brighter tomorrow," advancing a philosophy that encapsulates the institution's commitment to offering a level of education marked by excellence. Through the years, we have been relentless in our efforts to educate, empower, and enlighten, to equip the school population with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes necessary for their overall development.
Minister of Education, Mr. Peter Seja, said this is proof that these 58 students made use of the maximum resources provided to them throughout their school years. Mr. Seja also commended the parents for working with the students and ensuring that they achieved success.
To you, the members of staff, your teachers who fathered and mothered you for the period of 5 years, you have done a tremendous work, and commendations are in order this afternoon. I took note of your theme. Today's effort determines tomorrow's harvest. And in recognition of this theme, I just want to draw a few things to your attention. Even as you articulated in your theme that today's efforts determine tomorrow's harvest, you need to be mindful that in order to have a bountiful harvest, you must ensure that you put in much effort today.
Ms. Daislyn Vidal, this year's valedictorian, noted that she would not have accomplished this award without the support of her parents and teachers.
Mom and Dad, you have been stalwarts throughout my academic journey. You kept me grounded, focused, and motivated, and I would trade you for no other parents. I remember that my dad was the one who would always remind me that business should go before pleasure. Daddy, I adhere to these wise words, and my standing here today proves to you that I took care of business, and I hope that this has brought you great pleasure. My mom, on the other hand, was the one who tried to get me to rest or to take a break from my endless studying.
The staff and students of ITSS would like to thank all those who made financial and other contributions to this ceremony. We now go to a clip of the presentation of certificates.
The students who are graduating with merit have received 5 or more subjects. Kimberly Coffee, Yuna Narayan.
This year's award is sponsored by Beacon Insurance. And trust me, they're giving very expensive gifts. Award is sponsored by the UN Ambassador, Mr. Vince Henderson, and it is dedicated to the memory of Mr. Jefferson Joseph, commonly called Chef Joe, of Bramax International, St. Joseph. The two sides of these awards are jointly sponsored by Dominica National Lottery and a past student, Mr. Hezron Seraphim.
Shit. Stressful. Every day in Christmas, homie. You're gonna find days when nothing doesn't seem to be going your way. When the world feel like it's against you, man. Yeah, boy, those stressful days, man. What you know about them stressful days when you broke and you ain't got no cess to blaze? Wake up in the morning and forget to pray. That feeling like it's just another step away.
In other stories, 20-year-old Pottersville resident Jelani Baptiste, who goes by the name of Kid J, is a budding Dominican musician who is determined to expand onto the international scene. Although Kid J has only performed in local arenas, including the Anchorage Hotel, he believes with the right amount of support and encouragement, this will all change.
Well, I've been doing music, I'd say, for about 4 years, roughly, off and on. I've been getting a bit more serious about it, though, like last year, you know, doing a couple of songs, doing a couple of promotions, trying to, you know, link up with other artists so I could do a few collaborations, get myself out there a bit more, linking up with a few production teams, trying to do some videos, push myself a bit more, and, you know, that's about it, man. Yeah.
What inspires you to write your music?
Well, you know, there's influence all around me, you know. People I around, you know, they do music themselves. I mean, things I see, like influences I capture, you know. I just use that, meditate on that, I write my music, you know.
DJ mostly focuses on the hip-hop genre, sometimes classified as road rap. I try to bring as much reality as I can in my lyrics, he explained. He informed Sat TV News that his album will be out next month, and he would deeply appreciate it if the public gave it a chance.
Well, different messages for different songs, you understand? You know, I'd have some songs according to my mood. I'd have a few songs that say I'd be speaking about, let's say, love on one topic. Might be speaking about, you know, a little bit more harshness on the next topic, you know. It's according to the mood and the mindset I'm in when I'm writing the lyrics.
Okay, tell me, what's your favorite song and why did you choose it to be your favorite song?
Oof, that's a really hard one, man. I have so many of them, you know, and each one of them, you know, has their own, you know, value to me because it all comes from my heart, all comes from my head, you know, things I see, things I go through. But I'd say this new song I'm working on is called Bad Habits. It basically covers drug abuse, people struggling with drug addiction, you know, things like that. And I really feel like it's a song to really make an impact on someone. I really think it can make impact on people, so I'm really trying to push that one a little bit more. So you can look out for that one next month, you know.
The upcoming artist sends out his heartfelt appreciation to those who have supported him from day one. I have had people walk up to me saying that my music is bad, which means good in Dominican terms, he noted. Here's a message for all the other upcoming Dominican artists.
keep doing it, man. As long as you know for a fact it's something you really want to do, always push towards doing it, because you never know, you understand? Yeah, people always keep looking at the negative things, the things that can hold them back, and never look at the things that can make them push forward, you understand? So all I can tell them is keep striving, keep writing lyrics, you know, anything you can do to keep yourself on that level where you feel like it's music you really want to do. Freestyle with your friends, do whatever, you understand? From production to if you're recording, you know, to if you just write lyrics, whatever you know, just do it.
I need to get away from these stressful days. Damn, what you know about them stressful days when you broke and you ain't got no cess to blaze? Wake up in the morning and forget to pray, that feeling like it's just another step away. Hey, plus you got debts to pay. Woke up with everything looking extra great, feeling like a road dog that was left astray. Oh Lord, how I judge them stressful days. Stressful days, stressful days, stressful days, stressful days, stressful days, stressful days, stressful days. Yeah, like I said before, man, not every day is gonna be a good day. So you better thank the Lord for them good days when they come, man. You better beg the Lord for strength to get through them stressful days when they eat you. Them stressful days. Lord, give me strength for them stressful days.
In other news, the Roseau District Olympic Academy is partnering with the Portersville Development Committee once again in celebration of Fête La Borde, the Feast of Portersville. RDOA has been forming this Sports Day event over the past 2 years with a superb interest from the public. In the past, emphasis has been solely on football. However, this year they have decided to approach this event in a different fashion and integrate different sporting disciplines in an innovative manner. This is aimed at challenging brain power, stamina, and endurance, therefore taking on more a family-oriented atmosphere and appeal to a larger field. As part of the week-long celebration of Fête La Borde, Roseau District Olympic Academy is extending an invitation to the general public to patronize in its Sports Day, coined Burnout, carded for Saturday, June 29, 2013, from 12 p.m. at the Portersville Savannah. Participants will be allowed to engage in different games ranging from board games to sporting events including volleyball, netball, on the grass and street cricket to athletic type of games and children games. The general public is urged to attend the event. In more news, Michael Peter, 37, of 11 Winston Lane, Goodwill, a supervisor at Lime Dominica, has been arrested and charged for the theft of over 51,000 EC dollars from the company. The incident occurred between the 2nd and 7th of June 2013. He will appear before Roseau Magistrate on June 27, 2013. We now go to a report from Honorable Norris Prevost.
This Thursday, 27th of June, the United Workers' Party will be having a pre-budget public meeting at Portersville at the foot of Federation Drive. Speakers will include the Honorable Senator Danny Loge, Honorable Edison James, other parliamentarians like Honorable Ezekiel Basil, Honorable Norris Prevost, Honorable Ron Green, Honorable Ronnie Isidore. We will be speaking to many of the issues that are concerning Dominicans very, very badly today. The unemployment situation is serious, especially among the young people. And now that another crop of young people are graduating from high school, it makes it even worse. And this unemployment is across the island, from villages and in the town. In addition to this, United Workers' Party is very concerned about the decline in the production sectors like tourism and agriculture. We are very, very concerned about the high cost of living, which is really, really affecting the people of Dominica. these serious issues will be addressed tomorrow night. And these are issues that United Workers' Party will be making proposals about their solution, and we are hoping that the government will take some of these proposals from the United Workers' Party into the budget. Over the years, United Workers' Party has made solid proposals for improving the economy, for growing the economy. However, on most occasions, government has ignored them. The situation right now, the economic situation is serious. People are suffering, they're unemployed, the cost of living is high. The town from Fonkole to Kings Hill is just dilapidated and needs to be improved. The community playing fields are in bad shape. These are all issues of major importance to us, and our policy in United Workers' Party is to grow the economy, to create jobs for the people. So this Thursday night at the foot of Federation Drive, we invite all Dominicans, whether you're blue, red or green, to come and do your civic duty. Come and listen to the proposals that United Workers' Party is making and seek to persuade your parliamentarians to include these proposals in the budget. This is budget time. The end of the financial year is Sunday, June 30th. The Prime Minister has not yet announced the budget date. However, we expect it should happen within July to August. And we certainly want to see a budget that is going to have some impact on unemployment, lowering unemployment, creating jobs, and beginning to grow the economy.
And in court news, 33-year-old farmer and construction worker Patterson Joseph of Gullet River, Kalinago Territory will have to work overtime after being fined a total of $3,420 for various charges after pleading guilty when he faced Roseau Magistrate Bernard Paquette on Tuesday, June 25th. According to the facts of the case, at about 1:30 p.m., Joseph was seen damaging the windshield of a Mitsubishi pickup registration number PB361 belonging to Matthew Daru, and the police was called, who met the defendant near the vehicle. Upon investigations, the police officers on the scene noticed Joseph may have been under the influence of illicit drugs by his behavior. He was searched, and a clear plastic bag containing what appeared to be cannabis and a foil with what appeared to be crack cocaine was found on his person. He was cautioned and arrested. During mitigation, Joseph stated he was under the influence of alcohol at the time and is sorry about the incident, and he is willing to pay for the damage to the vehicle. Magistrate Paquette, before handing down his sentence, advised Joseph, who is a father of 3 children, that he needs to change his ways for the betterment of his children. On the charge of possession of cocaine, he was fined $2,000 to be paid by December 25, 2013, or in default sentenced to 1 year imprisonment, while there was no separate penalty for the charge of possession of cannabis. The defendant was also fined $500 for malicious damage to be paid by September 30th, 2013, or in default sentenced to 3 months in prison and ordered to pay the sum of $920, also to be paid by September 30th in compensation to Matthew Daru, or in default sentenced to 3 months in prison. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.